welcome to CEC Gurukul live lectures. Dear friends, this is a session on career counseling called Pratibha Samvardhan, and today we are going to talk on another different topic. Our topic of discussion is digital careers. Now you might be wondering, what are digital careers? To introduce you with this topic, with this entire subject, I would like to tell you all that we have with us for the discussion in our studios, Ms. Anjali Kaushik. Ms. Kaushik is a career counselor as well as a psychologist, and she persistently makes her efforts so that she could enlighten students like you. So let's welcome our guest, Ms. Anjali Kaushik, and let's try to understand what are digital careers. So first of all, I would like to welcome once again our guest. Welcome to this session, ma'am. And we have been talking a lot on different careers through you, and it is always, it's our immense pleasure to have you in our studios because you give us in-depth knowledge on various subjects. And today, as we have chosen digital careers, so all those students who might not have heard about this term or are confused about this term, first of all, explain us what are digital careers if we talk about this modern era.
So, Geetika ji, it's great coming here and talking about careers again this time, and this time we're talking about digital careers. So, digital careers, if you were to understand in the simplest way, is the digital technology entering into our career sectors. So, when it comes to digital technology, you have seen there is automation happening at every level. There is 5G that has entered into our lives. Then we have Internet of Things. Aapne suna hoga, I'll elaborate on that too. Then there is automation, 5G, Internet of Things, the augmented reality, virtual reality, ye words aapne sune honge, jo aa gaye hain, which I'll of course elaborate upon. And of course AI. So every part of our life today is affected by these areas, and they have permeated into our lives. So not just our lives have permeated, with these things, but our careers, the educational sector, the finance sector, the agricultural sector, you name any sector of careers or the economy, every area has been affected, and these careers that have now come up are called digital careers. So to begin with, I'll just share an example with you, because people are doing remarkably well in their specific choice of career just because they've chosen to adopt the digital ways of enhancing their particular career path. For example, I'll share an example with you. The example of Awais Ahmed. Now, this is a small town boy, and he dreamt of being an astronaut. So what he did was, he, being an active member at BITS Pilani, he collaborated with our ISRO, and he started working on satellite projects. He founded the Hyperloop India. He competed in SpaceX Hyperloop pod competition, and presently he has successfully launched satellites like Shakuntala and Anand. So these are some people who are simply value adding to their already learned knowledge and also contributing to the economy. So let's have another example. Now this is Tarun Mehta. Now he hails from Jodhpur, Rajasthan, worked on his innovation skills. Presently, he was a mechanical engineer at IIT Madras. Once he did his IIT completed, he and Swapnil Jain, they founded Ether Energy, aiming to revolutionize India's electric scooter scene with models like Ether 450X and 450. So we have the electric scooter range that came up thanks to people like Tarun Mehta. Again, IIT engineer, revolutionized using the digital means and adding on to his present knowledge that he had. Now he's attracted presently significant investment. He's grown a strong team. He's reached presently $800 million evaluation. So he has developed presently our India's sustainable transport system. So this is one example. When we start talking about examples, there are countless, and I think by examples we can understand what people are doing in their particular careers, digitally improving their lives. So let's have a look at Akshay Singhal and Karthik Hajela. Akshay Singhal and Karthik Hajela, they started this at IIT Roorkee, and they were exploring graphene for green technology. They moved to Bengaluru for broader research, transitioned from creating graphene filters to developing Rapidex electronic vehicle batteries. And ever since, these electronic vehicle batteries they're working on, and Forbes 30 under 30 Asia list is what they got into. And presently they are working on it to get their name already in Forbes list and making a lot of success for their lives. We have another example of Dr. Neha Satak. Dr. Satak's journey began with aerospace engineering. She's already a PhD from Texas University, a master's from IISc Bangalore, and she decided to take a career in technology and innovation. So what she further did was, she came up working and researching in cutting edge wireless technology, aiming to provide fast internet globally. And right now she has founded the Astronomy with Prasad H.L. Bhatt. Now these agencies that they've come up with, it's not only internationally acclaimed, but they've also got a lot of funding. And she's also got the Kaman Fellowship for her significant impact on aerospace technology. So people like her and people like all these that I just mentioned are doing basically a value addition to their existing career path that they've already chosen. So whatever career that we talk about can simply be enhanced with digital technology, and how it can be improvised or incorporated into your own chosen career field is what you need to learn and what you need to upgrade. So that's about digital careers through examples. However, we can talk about it later also, further also. For example, what kind of jobs, you might ask me, कैसे जॉब आ जाएंगे 2025 के बाद हमें काफ़ी दिखाई देंगे, जैसे कि we will get to see a nanomedical surgeon. So nanomedicine is something which is the in thing, working at a nano level. Same way as robotic pet therapist, like the space debris collector, the drone traffic controller, quantum archaeologists, augmented reality architect, mind interface designer, vertical farmer, virtual reality, filmmaker. So when we talk about, any kind of job that is opening up with the advent of digital means, it's simply an enhancing of the previous role. So it can be into any industry, be it your agricultural technology, financial technology, retail technology, or any educational sector. Every sector is being affected by digitalization, the advent of AI, machine learning, 5G, and Internet of Things. That is what digital careers is all about.
Now, one of the most important questions which is appearing in my mind right now, who actually is giving birth to such positions which we could predict in the near future? It is the research which is going, what is, in connection with the current scenario, or it is the human need, or it is our vision that we could see ourselves 10 years back, 10 years forward, 20 years forward. So what would you say? Because every time we hear such new positions, new lucrative jobs which are waiting for us in the future. So what are the things which are responsible for the birth or the innovation?
The research today is ongoing, and you would be surprised that in every 18 months, whatever you are presently operating with is entirely outdated. In fact, it is said, the recent most statistics talks about one day that you've just slept, and that one night and the morning when you wake up, there is already one update.
Very true.
So an update is happening maximum in 10 to 12 hours, which means with that speed and that pace, whatever existed has been improved upon, improvised upon, and thanks to digital technologies. And I believe digital technologies and the research related to it is so persistent and so permeable. It has permeated into all sectors of our present economy and will continue to go on further.
It has multiplied our speed also, our work
Yes.
efficiency also, as
Yes.
well as it is giving new opportunities too.
Yes, yes, totally.
So, what are the other areas which we haven't ever thought about, and all those areas which could be, I would say, a road waiting for our youngsters? So, are there any in the area of digital careers?
Yes. So, if we were to elaborate further, we can talk about careers related to finance, banking, investments. So, we call these careers as the fintech careers. So, major brands like the Global, Stripe US, Klarna in Sweden, Robinhood US, India, Paytm, Razorpay India, these are the fintech companies who are really working by improvising the digital means into their operations. So, what kind of career you can take up here is a fintech product manager. You can go up to be a blockchain developer, artificial intelligence, machine learning engineer. You can also go up to be a cyber security analyst, a regulatory compliance specialist. So, all these people will have a background in finance, but they will also have some knowledge of the present AI tools, AI platforms, and whatever updates that are happening in the world of digitalization. So, this is about fintech. If we were to talk further, we can also talk about agri-tech. Agri-tech careers, like if you look at the major brands globally, Plenty US, John Deere by US, Indigo by again US, India, we have Ninja Cart in India, Kisan Drone is in India. So, some of these major brands, what they are talking about is how they are improving the agricultural technology that already exists. So, whatever agricultural economy or the knowledge that children have learned or the students have gained, they can further upgrade it using agricultural technology. And what they can really work on here is become a precision agricultural specialist, where you would analyze data to optimize yields, agricultural robotics engineer. So, you're designing and building robots for automated farming tasks. You can also be an agri-tech data scientist, analyzing farming data to improve efficiency. Then vertical farming specialist, where you can manage and operate vertical farms. You can also take up agri-tech consultant, where what you do is advising farmers, businesses on adopting new technologies. So, these kind of things will happen in the world of agriculture. Ultimately, we are improvising further and making it better through the use of digital means. So, if the educational industry would adopt digital ways, what would be the things that will come up? So, if you know the major brands in edutech presently, globally you know Duolingo in US, Coursera US, then again Udemy portal again through US. India mein we have Upgrad. However, Upgrad also gives online and offline tutoring. You also have UN Academy, and you have lots of massive open online courses. So, a lot of these MOOCs and professional certification courses are available. You can utilize them, and this is one of the ways by which technology is helping the education sector. So, whosoever earlier, when people went to actual colleges to gain degrees, and now that it's not easy, and whatever constraints that you may have, MOOCs have made it accessible, and education, knowledge, all of that has become accessible for everybody within the comfort of their own home. And therefore, educational industry has really improved and become so much accessible thanks to the digital means which have entered. So, that's how the edutech industry grows. So, some of the top careers, if we were to talk about, will be your learning experience designer, how the learner learns and what experience he will be going through is designed by such designers. You can also have a career in educational technology developer, that is a building and maintaining online learning platforms and tools. One can be a content creator also, developing educational content like the video lessons. One can also be a data analyst or a learning scientist, where you are analyzing data to improve the effectiveness of online learning programs. Also, e-learning project manager can be taken up, where one will manage the development and implementation of e-learning projects. So this is about the educational industry. Now we've also heard about how the healthcare industry has really become so accessible thanks to health tech, and the road is all open ahead and there's lots to further work on. Presently we have these global companies in health tech. We have Teladoc Health in US, we have Philips in Netherlands, Abbott Laboratories in US, 23andMe in US. So these companies like CureFit and Farm Easy, which are here in India, all of these careers and health-based careers will require digitalization, and further work is going on, and one can take up a career in telemedicine. One can work as a physician, nurse, a healthcare IT specialist, a medical device engineer, a bioinformatics analyst, a healthcare data scientist, and these kind of careers will obviously help in whatever existing knowledge that you have and making use of the existing technology, tools and automation to further enhance the user experience. So this is about healthcare industry and technology coming in. Now if we were to talk about retail tech, so the retail industry, and when technology enters, we all know about it. We all know how Amazon has been operating. We all know how Shopify in Canada works and how Alibaba in China works. So these are some of the retail tech companies that we all know about, and we do know they are working fabulously. We don't know about Meesho, we know about Flipkart, Myntra and Zomato. These are all examples of how technology has made retail so very accessible. So of course there is so much more to work on and go further. So you can take it up as a career and go on to be a retail technology product manager, e-commerce specialist, supply chain and logistics specialist. You can also be a data analyst. You can also be a cyber security specialist. In fact, I will add that there will always be a requirement for cyber security specialists in almost every sector of the economy, be it agri-tech, retail tech, legal tech, finance tech, whichever area that you talk about, you will always have these cyber security specialists which will be required, because you see digitalization has pervaded into all spheres of our economy, and cyber security therefore becomes an even grim requirement and even much more of an urgent necessity. And therefore leveraging this knowledge will be definitely more in the coming years. So this is about retail tech. So however, we can talk more about it as well, unless if you have something to
Yes,
ask. Or
you are, I would say you're opening the gates by the wisdom, by your knowledge. You have opened the gates for all the students who were concentrated to specific areas,
Yes.
and those who were thinking, oh, I can be an engineer, I can be in the hotel industry, hospitality industry, or I could be a manager in some company. But here you have, very simply explained how one can have, wiseful careers if one adopt any of the streams. If you are into any of the areas, if you are a student of any of the subject, sky is the limit, because the digitization, the digital world is opening gates for you, the unending gates for you.
totally. So I would also add that any sector that you name today in our economy is, I mean, every sector I would say is involved and has been permeated by digital technologies, and there is nothing that will stay unaffected. So the best way for a student who passes college would be either to get out with a plain UG degree, but it's smarter for him or her to improvise upon his UG degree with a digital learning.
Very true.
And that can be done, and I would suggest must be done, if you really want to value add and you want to increase your employability, because plain careers or just pure professional careers also require surviving technology means, and these technology means will be required and therefore definite necessity for you to survive in the market. Increase your employability definitely, and much many times multifold, I would say.
Very true. And in fact, if somebody is at certain position also, and if he or she wants to make the best advantage of the digital education, one can grow to the heights which one has never predicted about. Yes, one can land into, I would say one could step ahead and make the ladder his own ladder. So friends, we believe that you have gathered maximum knowledge through this session, and we promise to give you more. For this, you need to be connected to us. We are going to deliver, we are going to give you more. So keep watching us, and yes, kindly keep giving your feedback to us. That is very, very important for us. Thank you for watching us.